Have you ever felt, kind of trapped by something you bought? Something that was supposed to bring you joy or freedom, but ended up just feeling heavy? We hear a lot about being house poor, right? Where your home owns you, financially speaking. Well, there's another trap out there, maybe even more sneaky. It's about our vehicles. We're talking about being car poor. So today we're doing a deep dive. We're going to unpack what being car poor really means. We'll look at the, frankly, kind of shocking numbers behind it all. We'll uncover the hidden forces pushing people into this situation and, crucially, give you some solid strategies to avoid it yourself. We want to help you see what's really going on under the hood of car ownership. Okay, so let's really dig into this term, car poor. What are we actually talking about here? Feels a lot like that house poor idea, doesn't it? Basically, it's when just way too much of your income, your hard-earned cash, is getting eaten up by your car. Payments, insurance, gas repairs, the whole lot.
Exactly. Your car, which should be, a tool, something for convenience, getting around it ends up being this huge financial weight instead. And it directly hits your ability to do other things like save money, invest, or just, well, live comfortably. But there's a really critical difference from houses here. This is important. A house, well, it can go up in value, right? You might build equity over time.
Oh.
Cars, almost guaranteed to depreciate. I mean, the second you drive it off the dealer's lot, boom, the value starts dropping fast.
Right. So that debt you take on feels much heavier.
Much heavier, yeah. It makes taking on big car debt way more punishing financially than a mortgage. And that's why so many people end up upside down. You hear that term. It means they owe way more on the loan than the car is actually worth in the market.
That makes total sense. So, okay, it's a personal struggle being car poor, but how big is this problem really? Are we talking like a niche issue or something widespread?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive. If you look at the numbers for 2025, the total auto loan debt in the U.S., it's hit, get this, $1.642 trillion.
Wow, trillion.
Trillion.
Yeah.
And the average payment for a new car, around $745 a month. Even for a used one, it's creeping up about $521 a month.
Okay, put that in context for us. What does that mean for, say, the average person?
Well, let's see. The average U.S. salary is roughly $62,000 a year. After taxes, that's maybe $4,300 a month take-home pay, give or take. So you take that $745 new car payment, then you have to add insurance, you have to add gas, maintenance. It can easily chew up something like 23% of your take-home pay.
23%.
Yeah. And the recommendation, the guideline, is no more than 10% for all your transportation costs combined.
So more than double the guideline. That's not just tight. That's
Yeah.
a real anchor, like you said.
It's a serious financial anchor, absolutely.
Those numbers are already pretty sobering, but I heard something even more, well, alarming about trade-ins, like
Yeah.
how deep in the hole people are when they go to get their next car.
Yeah. That's where it gets really insidious. The data shows that nearly 1 out of every 4 trade-ins, almost 25%, involves negative equity of over $10,000.
$10,000 upside down when you trade in.
Exactly. So you're ready for a new car, maybe you need a new car, but you still owe $10,000 more than your current one is worth. And that 10 grand, it usually doesn't just vanish. Nope. It gets rolled right into the loan for your next car.
So you're starting the new loan already $10,000 behind.
Precisely. You're digging the hole deeper before you even drive off the lot again. It's a cycle.
That really hammers it home. So thinking bigger picture then, beyond just the monthly stress, what does this do to someone's long-term financial health, carrying that kind of debt on something that's losing value?
Well, zooming out, the long-term impact is pretty severe. When such a big chunk of your income goes to an asset that's actively decreasing in value and you're carrying negative equity, it just cripples your ability to build any real financial health or wealth. It basically suffocates savings. It makes investing seem completely out of reach. It can delay huge life goals, buying a house, maybe starting a family, planning for retirement. You get trapped in this loop, this continuous cycle of debt, all for something that ideally should just be a manageable cost, right? Something that helps you, not something that destroys your wealth potential.
Yeah, it's clearly more than just a few bad decisions. It feels systemic. So why? Why is this trap so common? Our research pointed to 4 kind of hidden forces really driving this.
Right. The first one is something maybe people don't think about much, unregulated lending practices in the auto world. Think about getting a mortgage. There's tons of scrutiny, right? Federal oversight, the Truth in Lending Act, means they have to clearly show you all the costs. There are strict appraisal rules.
Lots of hoops to jump through.
Exactly. For car loans, it's,
Yeah.
well, it's much looser. There are fewer federal rules like that specifically policing the terms, which makes it easier for dealers to stretch out loan terms. We're seeing 7, even 8 years now.
8 years for a car loan.
8 years. And yeah, it makes that monthly payment look lower, seem more affordable maybe, but it totally hides the true cost, the true unaffordability of that vehicle. And all the while, the car's value is just plummeting. You can end up owing more than it's worth for almost the entire loan term. State laws offer some protection, but they vary a lot.
So the longer term just masks the problem while the asset tanks.
Right.
Okay, that's force number one. What's the second one?
This one feels closer to home for many of us. It's this idea of cars as status symbols, that, powerful psychological pull they have.
Oh, absolutely.
Cars are just so visible, aren't they? They signal success or lifestyle in a way your savings account balance just doesn't. There's social pressure, maybe unspoken, sometimes career expectations too. Think real estate agents, sales folks. And advertising, my goodness, advertising fuels this like crazy. It really does. And what's fascinating or maybe disturbing is how the advertising works. It's often not selling you transportation anymore. It's selling you an identity, a lifestyle that comes with the car.
Right, like buy this truck, be rugged, buy this luxury car, be sophisticated.
Exactly. They market adventure or prestige or family values or being eco-conscious. It's not just about miles per gallon. And that emotional hook, it's incredibly powerful. It pushes people to spend way more than they planned, buying into an image and aspiration instead of just focusing on reliable transport within their budget.
It's like buying who you want to be seen as rather than just what you need. That constant low-level pressure, maybe seeing what neighbors drive or what's on social media, which kind of leads into the third force we found, people just ignoring basic affordability rules. Have you heard of the 24/10 rule for buying a car? It's a great guideline, but honestly, it seems like hardly anyone follows it.
Yeah, it's a classic for a reason, but often overlooked. Let's break it down. The 24/10 rule. So 20 stands for a 20% down payment, putting serious skin in the game up front. 4 is the loan term, no longer than 4 years. Some say maybe 5 years is okay now, but definitely not those 7 or 8 year stretches.
Keep it short.
Keep it short. And the 10, that's the really crucial part. Your total monthly vehicle cost, that's payment, plus insurance, plus estimated maintenance and fuel, should be no more than 10% of your gross monthly income.
10% for everything.
Everything related to the car. And when you break these rules, you put too little down, you stretch the loan too long, you spend way more than 10% a month, you're basically just setting yourself up. You're walking right into that long-term debt cycle that's so hard to escape. Lower monthly payments feel good now, but you pay a much bigger price down the road.
Okay, so that's three forces. What's the fourth? This one feels very American in a way. It's our heavy dependence on cars just to function in most parts of the U.S. I mean, for huge swaths of the country, public transport is just not really a viable option, is it? Limited routes, infrequent service, or maybe it just doesn't exist where you live.
Exactly right. And this connects directly to the bigger picture of personal finance. For millions and millions of Americans, owning a car isn't really a choice. It's a necessity. You need it for work, for school, for groceries, for life.
It's a lifeline.
It is. And that necessity, it dramatically bumps up the risk of falling into car debt compared to places, say in Europe, where public transit is extensive and reliable, and owning a car is maybe more of a deliberate choice or even a luxury. So our basic infrastructure, how our towns and cities are built, really pushes people towards car ownership and consequently towards the risk of car poverty. It makes the trap much harder to sidestep.
Okay, so those are the forces. But let's dig a bit deeper into what you called the cultural trap. It's more than just external stuff like ads or lack of buses. It seems like it gets really personal how our cars get tangled up with our sense of self, our identity. We're not just buying metal and wheels, are we?
Not at all. It's
Yeah.
it's insidious, like you said earlier,
Yeah.
and often quite subconscious. It's not just the ads overtly telling you, buy this, be free. It's also about how we're wired for, social comparison. We see what peers have, especially people we perceive as successful. Their car becomes a signal, a shorthand for making it.
And we feel we need that signal too.
We feel we need to, maybe unconsciously. Think about, say, a Jeep ad. It's not just selling you an SUV with four-wheel drive. It's selling freedom, ruggedness, adventure, belonging to a certain tribe. These campaigns are experts at linking their product to deep human desires. Self-worth, happiness, belonging, success.
So it bypasses the rational brain, the part that looks at the budget.
Completely. It tacks right into emotion and identity. And here's the deep irony. The very thing, the shiny car that's marketed as a symbol of your success, your freedom, your capability, it often becomes the exact thing that prevents you from achieving real financial freedom. It stops you building actual wealth. because so much money is tied up in this depreciating asset.
Yeah.
The supposed key to opportunity becomes a financial ball and chain.
That's a powerful, almost cruel irony. So what does this mean for you listening right now? It means needing to be really aware, critically aware of these forces when you think about cars. Okay, we've painted a picture of the problem, the forces, the trap. Let's pivot. Let's talk solutions. How do you avoid becoming car poor? Or maybe how do you start digging yourself out if you're already there? We need concrete strategies.
Absolutely. Let's get practical. Strategy number one, and this is fundamental, stick to those affordability rules. Seriously, especially that 10% rule. Your total transportation costs, payment, insurance, fuel maintenance should not exceed 10% of your gross monthly income. Treat that as a hard limit, a non-negotiable.
Okay, 10% max. Got it. Strategy two. This one seems like a big one financially. Buy used. Seriously consider buying used.
Yes, huge.
Think about that depreciation curve we talked about. Cars lose value fastest in the first few years, right? Maybe 30%, 40% even in the first 3 years. Why absorb that hit yourself? Let someone else pay for that steepest drop. Buy a car that's, say, 3 to 5 years old. It can be just as reliable, often has lower insurance costs, and the purchase price is significantly less. It's just smarter money.
It really is. You get much more car for your dollar, essentially, without paying the premium for new. Okay, strategy three. This one's maybe harder because it's internal. It's a mindset shift. You need to actively work to detach your identity from your car.
Oof. Easier said than done for some.
It can be, but it's crucial. See the car for what it primarily is, a tool, a way to get from A to B safely and reliably, not a reflection of your self-worth, not a status symbol you need to project. Making that mental switch helps you make rational, budget-based decisions, not emotional ones driven by ads or keeping up with the Joneses. Your value as a person has nothing to do with the badge on your car's grill.
That's really important to internalize. Okay, number four. This one requires a bit of homework before buying. You absolutely have to calculate the total cost of ownership.
Yes.
The TCO.
Essential.
Don't just get seduced by a low monthly payment that's only one piece. You must factor in everything else. What's the fuel going to cost? What are insurance premiums really going to be for that specific model? What's typical maintenance and repair costs like? And yes, depreciation. How much value will it lose each year?
Right.
There are tools online that can help estimate this, like the Edmunds TCO calculator. Look it up for the specific cars you're considering. It gives you the real financial picture.
Exactly. Understanding that total cost of ownership is vital for making a truly informed choice. It forces you to look beyond the sticker price or the monthly payment. And it begs the question, doesn't it? How many people actually sit down and figure out that full cost before they sign the papers?
Probably not enough.
Probably not enough. And that's how they walk right into the trap. Knowing the TCO gives you power.
Yeah.
It lets you compare vehicles based on the actual long-term financial impact.
Okay, so to wrap this all up, the main takeaway here isn't about being cheap or never having anything nice. It's not saying you can't enjoy your car. It's about making sure your choices around vehicles don't sabotage your bigger financial goals, your long-term security and freedom. Cars should be tools that enable your life, not financial anchors disguised as status symbols.
Well said. It boils down to critical thinking and making conscious choices about one of the biggest purchases most people make after a house. If we connect this back to the bigger picture, the decisions we make about our cars have a really profound effect on our overall financial well-being, on our ability to save, to invest, to build wealth. It's about making sure your transportation needs align with your financial aspirations.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. Next time you're thinking about buying a car, or maybe even just looking at the one sitting in your driveway right now, ask yourself, what does this vehicle truly represent to me? Is it just freedom and mobility? Is it a status marker? Or is it simply a practical tool for getting around? And then ask, how might that perception, that feeling about the car be shaping my financial decisions, my ability to actually build the secure future I want? Really think about the message your car sends, not just to the world, but to your own bottom line.